Hey YouTube, it is your favorite real estate investor, Tiffany D, and I am the founder of EncourageMillions.com. And today we are going to learn how to pay off $10,000 worth of credit card debt. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about credit card debt. I personally got into a lot of credit card debt because of a divorce that I went through. So I know that a lot of people, like, they get credit cards and they're like, okay, I'm going to get this at Nordstrom's right quick. I'm going to get this right quick in Sephora. I'll pay it off later. And you know what the truth is? We never pay it off later. We see that minimum payment. We make that minimum payment and that's it. Okay. So one thing that really helped me was by investing in real estate, I was able to pay off my credit card debt. And so that's what I'm going to teach you all today. Of course, I'm going to use my whiteboard as usual because that's what I love to do. So make sure that you subscribe and make sure that you turn your notifications on so you don't miss good videos like these. So stick around and we're about to go to the whiteboard and figure this out. Okay, music in my head. Okay, so let's talk about this $10,000 debt that you have. Let me use another color for y'all. So you have $10,000 of credit card debt and you want it paid off. Okay? You got $10,000 of credit card debt. You want it paid off. But of course, you don't want to use your own money because you probably have extended yourself out too far, especially if you are using credit cards to get by. Don't worry about that. I've been there after my divorce, so I know all about it. And if you have any questions for me, make sure you drop them below in the comments. Now, I teach this a lot in Flip Your Block Academy. If you don't know about Flip Your Block Academy, you can go to flipyourblock.com. I'm going to put the link in the description box for you. So this is what you can do so that you do not have to worry about paying this $10,000 anymore. Okay? So what you're going to do is essentially go out and find a property that is below market value, okay? So you want to find a property below market value, okay? My first investment property was a HUD home. HUD homes you can get for really, really cheap, okay? Because they're going to need a little bit of work done. They could also be essentially under $20,000. You can find HUD properties for really cheap. Now, if you're in a more expensive area like California or DC, I'm going to give you another example. But this may work for individuals that are down south, that are like I am, or are in really good areas where the cost of living is not that expensive, okay? Find a property below market value. The way you're going to find this property is you can check government sites. You can do driving for dollars where you drive around and you're looking. You can find properties where individuals are behind on taxes. You can find properties where individuals are about to go into foreclosure and they want to sell quickly, okay? But what you need to do is you need to find a property below market value. So I'm going to use my example. So I found a property and it was $14,000. It was a HUD home. Okay? What I did was, with the HUD properties, you actually have to bid on them, okay? So I found a realtor and I bid it over by $700. So I bid it. My bid, I'll make that where you all can read it. So my bid was $14,700. Now, I bet you're probably like, well, how did you go and how did you get the $14,700? This is how I got the $14,700. By getting a personal loan. Now, if you can go get a car, if you can go get student loans, if you can go get $10,000 worth of credit cards, you can get a personal loan, okay? So I was still able to get this personal loan. I did not have a really high income. I had over $100,000 worth of student loans, and I was still able to get this personal loan so that I could purchase this property, okay? So what I ended up doing was I purchased this property at $14,700, okay? Now, this is where my credit card debt came in. I already had a little bit of credit card debt when I got this. I got more credit card debt because of the divorce and also because I used one credit card to do a little bit of repairs on the property. So I found a really good property. It needed like minor things like the outside wasn't painted, things like that. So what I did was the property was $14,700 when I bought it. That is not what the property was worth. So I spent about $3,500 exterior repairs, okay? This was the woodwork. I probably spent a little bit more than that. But this was the woodwork. This was things like that. Basically, all I did was I brought the property up to a value so that I can begin my process of paying off the debt. So let me show you exactly what happened. And I'm about to get my calculator out because I don't like math. I don't. I'm one of those people that don't. So I got a personal loan for $14,700. And I also spent $3,500 more, which probably came from a credit card that I had. And so my total investment was $18,200, okay? But okay, now the exterior is complete. It looks really nice. I painted it really nice. It was a brick home. I painted the front door a cute little color like on HGTV. So my total investment was $18,200. What ended up happening was instead of this property showing $14,700 as the value, because I did those minor repairs outside, I cut the grass, I did all that stuff, it brought the property's value up to $66,000, okay? So now I had $66,000 to play with, okay? Excuse my ring light. Sorry, guys. But you can see that. That just says total investment. So now I have $66,000 to play with. And this is how you're going to get to paying off that debt. So you got $66,000 to play with. I'm going to go ahead and erase that. I hope you took notes. Rewind it if you didn't. You got $66,000. What you want to go and get now is a home equity loan. Okay? Remember, you had your personal loan that was $14,700. Now, during the time between when you before you get your home equity loan and during that time you're making repairs, you're basically not going to have to pay this payment for like an extra 30 days. So you got 1 month of no payment. Then your payment on like a $14,700 loan is like $200 to $300 a month. Now, people, we spend about $200 to $300 a month on food, okay? So you have to figure out, if you really want to get into real estate investing, you really want to become financially free, you got to make some sacrifices. And so I know for a fact I was spending $200 a month eating out. That's where you're going to have to make the sacrifice, okay? Now, you're able to get a home equity loan because you have $66,000 is the value of this property right now. So they only give you, and the small term for this is a HE loan. They only give you HE loans for 80% to 90% of the value, okay? So we said the value is $66,000. So let's say you got a loan for 85% of $66,000. That is $56,100. Okay? You get a loan for $56,100. You're gonna pay off the $14,700, and you're gonna pay off the credit card debt of $10,000. Okay, so you're gonna pay off $24,700. Now you don't have to get the loan for this entire $56,100. You can just get a loan for $24,700 now, instead of the $14,700, okay? Now, you're probably wondering, well, man, now I got to go and I got to get a loan for $24,700. I'm having a rough time because I'm paying credit card debt, blah, blah, blah. But what's going to happen is your credit card payment is wiped clean. Your $10,000 of credit card debt is wiped clean because this loan is going to pay it off. And what's going to end up happening is that your credit cards probably had high interest rates of like 20%, 22% high. You're going to get a home equity loan that potentially has an interest rate of between 4 to 6%, okay? So you're going to save money here anyway. But what you want to do is your current housing habits, okay? You're going to stay where you are. So let's say that you've already budgeted for the fact that, and they're going to budget for this anyway when you get your loan, but you've already budgeted for the fact that you have probably an apartment or you probably have your own house, okay? So where you're living, that is already budgeted into what we're doing. So don't think about that. What you want to do now is this particular property that you added those outside repairs to, you could have also kept the entire $56,000 and finished completing the inside, okay? And we're not talking about an extreme rehab. We're talking about, you know, it was just minor things like you needed some flooring in the house and some appliances, okay? You could have still gotten that personal loan. You could have still gotten that home equity loan and used some of that money plus the money for the personal loan you're paying off plus the credit card that you're paying off and completed your repairs. This is where you're not going to be held responsible for this. So you got your house and you got it looking nice. You got some grass down here. The sun is shining. Who else remembers drawing like that? Because you can draw. That's me. Okay, so what you want to do now is that you have your loan. What did we say? We said $24,700. And let's say you pay $300 a month on this, okay? So you got this loan for $24,700. The payment is $300 a month. They paid off your credit card debt for you. Your credit card debt is gone, okay? So now it's rolled into this. What you want to do now is you want to get a renter, and let's say this house, now you fix it up, you got it looking out nice, can rent for $850 a month. Okay? So now your renter is paying you $850 a month. That's income in your pocket. But you got a loan payment of $300 a month. Now, of course, I'm not adding in like the landlord insurance and things like that. But regardless, you're still going to cash flow on this property. So this means that you just paid out $10,000 worth of debt. It took a little work. It took a little bit more debt. You just paid out $10,000 worth of debt. But your renter is going to be the individual that is paying your credit card debt for you, okay? This also works for student loans. This also works for if you have a primary mortgage on another house. But the main thing about this is that you're getting that credit card debt off of you with a high interest rate. You're getting a renter in there who's going to basically take care of this $300 a month loan payment, which included that credit card debt that you got rid of. Now you have zero balances on all of your cards, reflecting on your credit, and your score is going to rise. And on top of it all, you're also getting some money in your pocket every month. Okay? So if you enjoyed this video today, please make sure that you subscribe. Please make sure that you also turn on your notifications so you don't miss videos like these to help you become financially free. Stay on the lookout for more videos like these regarding real estate investing from me, Tiffany D. And always check out encouragemillions.com. But check the description box. I'm going to put everything down there for you guys.